Jessica Seddon joining us. Dr. Jessica Seddon, let me just try and get an international voice also on what is expected at the budget. We were hearing about some of the possible changes that could come on EVs. When you, Jessica Seddon, you're of course a senior fellow at WRI, also adjunct fellow, Vadvani chair of India-US policy studies. What would you be looking at in the budget particularly and hoping to see in the budget?
So I think two things. I have the luxury of actually looking at the budget from two perspectives. One is recognizing that this is the last full budget before the election. So obviously there is a focus on the short term. But I think what I'm looking at is also the way that the different aspects of the budget set the stage for the longer run, both the energy transition that the previous speaker was mentioning, but also agriculture and urban transitions that are in the offing. So the way that I look at the budget is that there are really two components. One is kind of an immediate gratification aspect. That's tax benefits, fiscal incentives, things that can be denoted with the stroke of a pen, and then they exist. Are those incentives in line with building the long-term human capital? So incentives for education, incentives for vocational support, for technical education. Are they in line with building a healthier society? So incentives for healthcare. I've heard some discussion of attention to non-communicable diseases, to environmental health. But are the incentives in line with building the long-run capacity of the economy, as well as the immediate relief in terms of income tax, corporate tax, those kinds of expectations? The second, some of the infrastructure announcements that I think people are expecting can be looked at as directional signals. There's a gap between announcing a funding program, announcing an investment, and then seeing the follow through, seeing it converted into hard infrastructure, into new roads, transportation systems, et cetera. Again, I think the external perspective on this is really looking at, are these investments in infrastructure setting up India to have the kind of resilient supply chains, connectivity, port, road, digital infrastructure for the longer run, in addition to the immediate needs? So those are the kinds of things that we're looking at.